Học và đọc tiếng Anh song ngữ. Anh Việt song ngữ.com. Written by Ptasek P. Stasek. Why crawl if you can walk? I think that trying to master a language without listening to it is as futile as playing a piano without listening to music. I've always been puzzled by the fact that even intelligent people learn languages in a clumsy way. Trying to master a language. Why crawl if you can walk? Why crawl if you can walk? I think that trying to master a language without listening to it is as futile as playing a piano without listening to music. I've always been puzzled by the fact that even intelligent people learn languages in a clumsy way. If you want to learn a language quickly, you'll need 1. A recording performed by good actors or narrators in the language you want to learn. 2. The original text of the recording. 3. A translation into your own language or a language you understand. And 4. The text should be long. Novels are best. You may wonder, why long texts? Because of the idiolect of the author. It manifests itself fully in the first 10 to 20 pages. It is very important in learning quickly without cramming. The key factor in learning a language is exposure. That is how much text you will be able to perceive in a unit of time. There is a physical limit here. You can't understand any faster than the text reaches your brain. That is why you ought to simultaneously read the translation and listen to the original recording. That provides the fastest exposure. You should enjoy the text you're going to listen to. Texts for beginners should be long, the longer the better, up to 50 hours. As example of The Lord of the Ring, Harry Potter, Anna Karenina, War and Peace, Catch-22, you might doubt if it is possible. I can assure you, it is. You should see 12-year-olds listening to Harry Potter. The translation: A. Interlinear for beginners. B. Literary, but following the original text as closely as possible. The original text and the literary translation should be placed in parallel vertical columns side by side. If the texts are placed side by side, you can check almost instantly whether you understand or not. The order ought to be exactly as follows. What you do: 1. You read the translation, because you only remember well what you understand and what you feel is yours psychologically. 2. You listen to the recording and look at the written text at the same time. Because the flow of speech has no boundaries between words and written text does. You will be able to separate each word in the speech flow, and you will get used to the speed of talking of native speakers. At first, it seems incredibly fast. 3. You look at the translation and listen to the text at the same time, from the beginning to the end of a story. Usually 3 times is enough to understand almost everything. This is the most important thing in our method. It is right at this point that proper learning takes place. 4. Now you can concentrate on speaking. You repeat after the recording. You do it as many times as necessary to become fluent. Of course, first you have to know how to pronounce the sounds of the language you're learning. How to teach yourself the correct pronunciation is a different matter. Here I will only mention the importance of it. 5. You translate the text from your own language into the language you're learning. You can do the translation both orally and in writing. That is why the written texts should be placed in vertical columns side by side. You can cover one side and check using the other one. And last but not least, conversing is not learning. It is using a language. You will never be able to say more than you already know.